how do you guys really start in this industry? I mean, how did it work out for you as far as like starting cosplay professionally and going out there and really starting to get your name out there?
Well, really for me, like cosplay is just something that I do for fun. It's something that like I personally enjoy. I like sewing, and I've been sewing for a really long time.
Wow.
So I used to live in Japan. That's why my name Constantine in Tokyo. That's where the in Tokyo part came from. And when I moved back from Japan, I was just like, I've always really admired other cosplayers. I've always really enjoyed sewing. So why don't I sort of combine those interests and just make costumes? So I just started making costumes and just like posting them online and going to cons, and then just gradually like people started sharing my work and more people started knowing me, and now it's kind of gotten to the point where I go to cons and people are like, oh, I follow you on Facebook, like I know your work, and I'm like,
right.
And like when people come up to you and you're like, I know your name, it's like, oh, that's super awesome.
Yeah, well,
Thank you. Thanks for finding me interesting.
Well, definitely your work definitely stands out amongst the rest, because I definitely think that when you incorporate makeup with craftsmanship, it really shows the skill set level of where you stand as a cosplayer.
Thank you so much.
And you're welcome. And I really think that makeup and hair is so key when it comes to cosplaying.
Yeah.
And I feel like because I'm a professional makeup artist, that's how I really started. So, I know how hard and difficult it is to really tie in that makeup and hair along with your costume. How did you learn? How did you do your own makeup and hair?
Honestly, like pretty much everything I do is like self-taught. So just
amazing,
getting materials and like learning and everything. I'm thinking about going to makeup school actually, because I like it so much. I mean, maybe I should like start doing it a little bit more professionally.
Yeah.
But for me, I always tell people that I have like ADHD when it comes to costumes. Like I'll get an idea in my head and I have to make it immediately, and then I'll wear it like once and like photograph it, and then I'm like, I'm done. I'm over this costume. I'm done. I'm done.
The same way. I'm completely the same way. If I shoot something, I'm like, okay, next. Like I don't want to be seen in it again. Because I like being new and original, and I like kind of like keeping things fresh, and not using a million pictures from one photo shoot.
For me, I just get bored so easily.
Yeah.
I don't want to see myself the same way over and over again. I really like the transformation of cosplay, and I always want to transform myself into like new and interesting things. And that's why I enjoy doing things like Skeletor and Lady Red Skull, because the transformation for that is so complete.
It's radical.
People don't recognize me, and I really like that. And I also did a female version of Bane, like the comics Bane,
right,
like
with the tubes coming out.
Yeah, so I had like
I got the spiky bra on a little bit. I know it's not the one that you have.
Yeah, I like spiky bra it and everything, but it was so nice to be in that mask because people couldn't see my face. No one knew who I was, so I could like go up and like troll all my friends and just be like, yeah.
And I think that's what really, like I said, sets you apart, is because you're able to shine through your costume without having necessarily to see your face, and people recognize your work immediately.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think for me, the biggest compliment you can get as a cosplayer is when you're at a con, like say Saturday and Sunday, and people don't recognize you between those 2 days. Like they'll meet you on Saturday, and then they'll see you again on Sunday, and they'll be talking to you, and then you're like, well, actually, we talked yesterday. I was so-and-so. And they're like, oh my God, I had no idea you were that person. Like for me, that's the best compliment that you can get as a cosplayer. When you don't look like you look like somebody completely different.
And I love that. Sometimes it can be really difficult for me because I'll go to the club and the security guard, like literally I'll be there 3 nights in a row, and he'll card me every single time. And I'm like, I've been performing here, like I am.
Like come on.